Higher homework 9, this is question 3. I have to show that x minus 1 is a factor of this polynomial, and beyond that I'll then solve if x equal to 0. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to see what I'm going to divide by. I'm going to use the synthetic division here. So I've got x minus 1, just say that equals 0, take the 1 over the other side, that equals 1. So I'm going to divide the whole thing by 1. Right, I'll set up my synthetic division. Okay, I'll bring down my coefficients. So the coefficient of the x cubed is 1. I've then got minus 8 coming from there. Then got minus 1. And then I've got 8 from there. So that's all my coefficients coming down. I'll then do the synthetic division. So I've got 1 here. 1 times 1 is just 1. Gathering these together gives me minus 7. Minus 7 times the 1 will give me another minus 7 up here. Gathering gives me minus 8. Minus 8 times 1 gives me a minus 8. And here I've got an answer of 0. So what I can say there is that 0 is equal to my remainder. Okay, so since the remainder equals 0, I can say that x equals 1 is a root. Okay, just put a wee therefore sign there. And also what I'd say is that x minus 1, that's the part that I've been asked to do, x minus 1 is a factor. Okay, so that's the first part done. And remember, that was just since the remainder equaled 0. Right, let's look at the next part of the question. So what I have is I'm going to write this out and I'm going to make it equal to 0, okay? So what I'll do first of all is start with f of x is equal to x cubed minus 8x squared minus x plus 8. Right, from there what I'm going to do is I'm going to say that that there equals 0, okay? Because I have to solve it for equaling 0. What I'll do is I'm going to put in the factor that I already know, which is this one here. So that's going to be an x minus 1 that I can substitute in there. And what I'll do is, for the rest of it, I'm going to take this part here, which is the quotient, and I'll put that down in order. And when I put it in order, that 1 there is going to stand for x squared, just 1 less than this one here. And then I'm going to go in order from there. So that will be x squared, so I've got an x squared sitting there. I've got a minus 7, so that'll be a minus 7x, and that minus 8 is just the number that's going to be there, that's minus 8. Close the bracket and make it equal to 0. Okay, so that was x squared there, minus 7x, minus 8. So that's that bracket that I've just taken to there. Okay, what I'll do then is I'll solve it, you know, to try and find the factors of this part here, this trinomial. So I've got the x minus 1 that's sitting there already. What I'll do is I'll factorise that by putting it into 2 brackets. So two things that multiply together to get x squared will be x times x. And what I could use for this one here, I'm looking at 2 numbers that multiply together to get 8. I can make a difference of 7 with them. So I've got 4 and 2, nope, I can make 2, and I can make 6 when I take away or add them. 8 and 1 would work for me, so because I can take 1 away from 8 and get 7, so that's the one I'm going to use. So I've got a 1 and an 8 there. Here what I'm going to say is that that sign there tells me that 1's negative, 1's positive. That one there tells me the biggest one's the negative, so I'll go with that. And there's the factors that I've got out. So I was asked to solve it, and to solve it I need to find the values of x. So from here I can see that x minus 1 equals 0. So I've got x equals 1. From here I can see that x plus 1 equals 0. So x equals negative 1. And from here I've got x minus 8 equals 0. So x equals 8. Okay? And that would be the process complete. Okay, let's have a look at how we're going to mark. Right, what I'll go for is, I'll go for 1 mark for knowing to use the 1 for setting up the division. so that's just the 1 mark there. I'll get 1 mark for, let's go for 1 mark for processing it through and getting a remainder of equal to 0. I'll take, let's go for a mark for getting the statement correct. So since the remainder was equal to 0, x minus 1 is a factor. I'm going to take 1 mark for getting this one factorised out here. So I'm going to take 1 mark from that there. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 so far. And I'll just say that that's going to be 5 marks to there. So I'm going to mark this one out of 5. Okay, so out of 5 marks, hope you do well.